How you doing today? I'm Frankie G, the Cooking Cowboy. And this is my little buddy, Shadow. Say hello, Shadow. What are we going to be making today? So last week I made a smoked mac and cheese. It came out so good, I said, I gotta make a video. Okay, I'm going to put you down. So let's get started on this. So the first thing you need to do is cook a pound of elbow macaronis. So you want to cook them about 2 or 3 minutes less than what the box says. So my box said 9 to 11 minutes. I cooked them for 6 minutes. Made them al dente. And a good tip is when you drain the water, make sure you run cold water over it to stop the cooking process. So let's get over to the stove and get on to the next step. Alright, so what you want to do here is you want to take 2 tablespoons of butter and you want to melt it in a pan. So now that we have it melted, what we want to do is we want to take half a cup of panko breadcrumbs and you want to toast them in the pan. Now you got to be careful here because these will toast rather quick. At first it doesn't look like anything's happening. You turn your head for 1 second, boom, it's toasted. So I spread them out evenly, let them wait a little bit and keep an eye on it. Alright, one more stir. Shut the heat off. Let's get them off the heat. As you can tell, they're nice and toasted. It only took a couple of minutes. Look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? Let's put this off on the side. Use that for later. So now we want to take a half a cup of butter and we want to get that melted in the pan as well. Turn that heat back on, put it on about medium. Break it up into little pieces, makes it melt better. So we're going to let that do its thing while it's melting. We want to get 4 cloves of garlic ready. Give them a little smack. Peel off the outer shell. I'm going to have that garbage close by. So now that we've got them all set ready, the butter is melted, you want to get them in there. We're going to mince these cloves. Wow, what an aroma. And you got to move quick because you only want to do this about 30 seconds. I don't like mincing them ahead of time because if you do that, it could, you know, dry them out. I just don't like it. I like things fresh. But you got to move quick because you don't want them to burn. Now we want to take 1/2 cup of flour and we're going to be making a roux. You want to whisk that in there. So we're going to want to do this about 3 minutes. I'm turning it down. It's on medium. I'm going between medium and low. So let's set a timer. 3. There we go. So I'm going to whisk constantly for the 3 minutes because we don't want anything to burn. In fact, I'm going to turn it down a little lower. Alright, so now that we've got that whisked in, what we want to do is we want to add, slowly whisk in 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of heavy cream. Now I'm going with whole milk. I don't like using 2% because you really want the full creaminess that the whole milk and the heavy cream is going to bring to it. And this heavy cream and this milk are at room temperature. Alright, we're going to turn this down a little because we don't want it to curdle. Adding slowly. And again, you want to keep going this on a pretty steady pace here as far as whisking it because, again, you don't want this curdling up on you. Alright, that's in there. So now I'm also going to be adding in a teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Add some color and flavor to it. Oh, there's almost one ingredient I almost forgot to add in. We want to add in about 2 tablespoons of spicy brown mustard. 1, 2. Don't forget the mustard, huh? So I'm going to turn it up just a little. So the secret here is to bring it to a simmer. You don't want to bring it to a boil because then the cheese is going to become grainy in the end. We don't want that. So let's make sure that's simmering. Let that go for a minute. Let it do its thing. It's starting to thicken up now. That's what you want. You want it to start to thicken up. You want to let it cook, but you make sure that you stir it often, or else it's just gonna be a mess. Alrighty, it's been a couple of minutes. It's starting to simmer. So now what you want to do is you want to turn off the heat. So what I have here is 2 cups of smoked Gouda, 2 cups of smoked Gruyere cheese, and 2 cups of cheddar. Now I divided it into 2 separate containers, 1 cup of each. And the reason I'm doing that is because now that the heat's turned off, you want to add the cheese to the mixture. And again, it's important to have the heat off at this point. Put that there, and we start to mix that together. And we're just going to melt the cheese right into this mixture. Alright, now the cheese is mixed in. So now we want to take our noodles, which I ran into some hot water to loosen them up so they come out nice, just like this. And add that noodles to it. Oh, I'm losing it. Put that on the side. And you just want to incorporate the noodles into the cheese mix. It's looking beautiful. Still have a few more in there. Get them out of there. Nobody escapes my meal. So we're going to move some of this stuff out of the way because we need to bring in this pan. It's a 9 by 13 pan. It's a disposable pan. And what you want to do is you want to put about half of the macaroni in there. A little bit more maybe. Oops, we're losing it. Spread that around evenly. Now you want to take the other half of the cheese and sprinkle some of that cheese right over the top. About half of it. Try to get as evenly as possible. And then you want to add the rest of the macaroni on top. Don't forget to try to get all of that good sauce, that cheese sauce in there. Alright. That there. So next we want to sprinkle the rest of the cheese on it. I got my little dog Shadow just sitting there, just waiting for something to drop. That's beautiful. So now we bring in our toasted panko breadcrumbs and we top that off. Try to spread them nice and evenly. So we come up with this mixture. Look at that. That's beautiful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take it outside, put it in the smoker, which I already have preset for 225 degrees. Let's get out there. We have a nice smoke building up. Reset that. So now time is important. You want to smoke it about an hour and 15 minutes. And that's it. It doesn't get any simpler than that. In about a half hour, I'm going to add some more wood chips. And then in about an hour and 15 minutes, we're good to go. So I'll see you in about an hour and 15 minutes. All right, we're back. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes. Let's go get this baby out of the smoker and bring it in and see what we got. Oh, let's get this out of here. Wow. That looks beautiful. Shut the power. Look at that. Is that a thing of beauty or what? All right. Man, that looks so good. But here we go. Let's get a taste test. Oh, it's at that crunch on top. Gooey and sticky. Look at that. Looks good. And here we go. Let's try this out. Wow. That is so good. The smoky flavor. Let's get a little taste of the crunch on top. It's smooth. It's creamy. The noodles are cooked to perfection. The smoky flavor just comes right through. Wow, this is so good. So again, here's a nice simple recipe, smoked mac and cheese. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. Oh, and also I'm going to be putting a link to the recipe down below. Until next time, this is FrankieG, the Cooking Cowboy, signing off. I'll see you next time. You gotta get one more taste. Wow, this is so good. I'll see you next time. Sayonara.